As new technology becomes available, old consoles see many additional benefits. It started with simple upgrades like wireless controller compatibility and flash cartridges that allowed entire game libraries on a single memory card. Now that FPGA chips are being paired with retro tech, we are seeing all kinds of benefits being unearthed. Chief among those, the impressive Mega Drive Plus, or MD Plus format. This is essentially a way to add new high-quality music to real hardware, kinda like a Sega CD, but without the seek times. While you may be asking why would you need this, you only need to hear the results to understand what a huge game changer this can be for music on the Genesis and Mega Drive. That prompted me to do the episode you are about to see. I have chosen some of the outstanding uses of the format so you can see just how it takes such a simple concept and really adds a ton of appeal. This is going to be an audio episode, so turn up the volume and let's see if any of this impresses you. Let's kick things off with Afterburner II, which sounded okay on the Genesis FM chip, but takes on an entirely different feel when adding the original arcade quality tracks. I have a few samples for you that should get this party started. Streets of Rage had an incredible soundtrack, so replacing it almost seems like heresy. But what if you replace it with some remixed tracks that have even more energy? Yep, we can make an already great sounding game worth playing one more time. Adding music isn't the only thing Mega Drive Plus is good for. It can also make cinematics more engaging by adding voice acting to games that didn't have it before. You can find tracks with and without it depending on your preference. Let's listen to some of the new stage additions to Castle of Illusion, one of Sega's best Disney releases. The comic book inspired Comic Zone had a really nice presentation on the Genesis, and we can add an even better soundtrack to deepen that experience. Let's have a listen. Ghostbusters on the Genesis was a fun action platformer that didn't sound much like the movie. Well, that is until now. The Mega Drive Plus version here adds the motion picture soundtrack in all its glory. One of the early examples of the capabilities of the Genesis, ghouls and ghosts sounded nice to begin with, but what happens when we add a perfect arcade soundtrack to the mix? Does it add to the experience? Let's find out. Sometimes adding an arcade soundtrack isn't good enough because the Genesis already did a heck of a job in the original translation. That was certainly the case with Golden Axe. This beloved arcade port was already one of the better sounding games, so it needs something special to get us excited. And we can do just that by adding the incredible PC Engine CD tracks. This was pretty much the only good thing to come from that abomination, but here, it makes all the difference in the world. Golden Axe 2 even gets in on the arranged action with a killer set of tunes that really enhances the experience. Let's have a listen to these excellent tracks. Many of you love the shoot 'em up classic Musha, but what if we took the memorable soundtrack and added some new arrangements? That's exactly what we're gonna do, so let's give this new group a chance to impress us. A while back, the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat was hacked with a ton of improvements and issued as Mortal Kombat Arcade Edition. While that was incredibly impressive in itself, many wanted the original arcade soundtrack as well, and thanks to Mega Drive Plus, that's exactly what we've got now. This is Mortal Kombat as close to the arcade as you can get it on the Sega Genesis.
Scorpion wins. Fight. Get over here! Scorpion wins. Get over here! Excellent. Scorpion wins.
The first Mortal Kombat isn't the only one to get the arcade music treatment, and now we have the arcade tracks with the second game in the series as well. If you are the type of person that didn't appreciate the original Genesis tunes, this one is for you.
Fight! Fight!
The Genesis port of the arcade racer Outrun was a fair release with a rather toned down soundtrack. While we can't do anything about the pseudo sprite scaling at the moment, we can add some new music that really helps the experience. No matter how much you may love Streets of Rage 3, one highly contested aspect of it was the rather unique soundtrack. Some really dug the randomness of it all, while others couldn't stand it. If you are in the latter group, I have a Mega Drive Plus set that adds the awesome Streets of Rage remix tunes. Don't take my word for it, listen and see for yourself. I am a big fan of Strider. It was the first 8 megabit game on the Genesis and a powerful reminder of just how incredible the hardware was in 1990. I always felt it sounded great, but what if we added the PC Engine CD soundtrack to it? Yep, it's yet another reason Mega Drive Plus is so much fun to play around with. The Genesis port of Super Street Fighter II played really well, but Capcom completely dropped the ball when it came to the music. In fact, the music was so bad, I actually prefer the original Special Champion Edition over it quite a bit. Mega Drive Plus allows us to fix this by adding the 3DO soundtrack, a personal favorite of mine, and it makes a huge bit of difference. I've always been a fan of Konami's work on the Sega Genesis. While Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Hyperstone Heist was far from perfect, I found it a great multiplayer game that looked and sounded very close to the arcade versions on which it was based. But what if we added the original Turtles in Time soundtrack? Oh yeah, that Mega Drive Plus feature just keeps on getting better and better. The very last game we are going to cover in this episode is the recently released Doom Resurrection 3.0. While the new FM tracks done by Spoony Bard are excellent, let's go ahead and add even more great tracks to the mix so you can have as many options as possible. I know that some of you are sitting there saying, but I love the FM synth of the Genesis, why in the world would I want to replace it? This isn't about replacing anything really, it's more about having options. Mega Drive Plus is about taking games you already know so well and adding another option so replaying them feels new and exciting again. Many of you may be asking, how do you play these games with the new soundtracks? This can be accomplished with the Terra Onion Mega SD, the Mega EverDrive Pro, or a compatible emulator like the Genesis Plus GX. A simple Google Archive search will reveal plenty of places to snag games where the extra soundtracks have already been added. From a personal perspective, I absolutely adore this, because sound was such a major part of my love of the older generations. Being able to have more of the music I love is such a powerful motivator to replay this stuff, and it's amazing how it could have such a huge impact on how it all felt. Of course, the real strength of Mega Drive Plus is when it's paired with an improvement hack that already adds a bunch of nice changes, such as the Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat content out there. The possibilities are truly endless, and I look forward to many more games taking advantage of it. Maybe we can get Road Rash with the 3DO music, perhaps Echo with the Sega CD tracks. Hell, I'd even love someone to fix up NBA Jam Tournament Edition and the WWF games with improved soundtracks. The sky really is the limit here, and if you'd love more options when it comes to music, Mega Drive Plus may just be what you're looking for. I'm Sega Lord X. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.